Hello, my name is Scott Anderson, and this is Stronger Yoga, and you're listening to the Ramones. I've been teaching and practicing yoga for about 20 years, and welcome to my own personal practice. I practice every day, and since the coronavirus, I just decided to start filming it since I couldn't teach classes. And you're welcome to join me, and you're welcome to just hang out and just observe the weirdness. But ladies and gentlemen, here is Tiny Diamond and Ginger. This is my cutie, and that's her cutie, and they just always like to come in and say hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, Cretans wanna hop some more. Hey, do you know what we're doing today? We're doing a dirty 30. You know what that means? All the work in half the time. Now you've got some schoolwork to do.
Yes, because it's a mountain.
Who do I love more than you? Okay, get out of here. You guys ready? I'm ready. I hope you all are well today. Hope everybody's great. Today is, I guess we should probably mention the date because it's May 4th, and apparently that's like a Star Wars day. So happy birthday, baby Yoda. Let's step to the center of the mat. Point your toes straight forward. Look down at your feet. Make a mental note to do something about those fucking toenails. Come on, right? Just because you're quarantined doesn't mean you can't deal with that. I'm glad you guys can't really get a close-up on my toenails right now. Reach your hands up into the air. Take a deep breath. I want you to keep your hands in the air. Spread your fingers and connect the tips of your thumbs, and then just stick your butt out as you pull your palms back. Try to keep your eyes on your thumbs, and then slowly bring your arms down in front of you. Keep your thumbs connected. Hinge forward. And we're going to brush the toes with the fingers, slide the hands up the shins to the kneecaps, and push the chest away from the thighs. Now, as you begin to squat down towards the heels, reach your hands forward. Let your heels lift. Take your time. And lift those heels high. You're trying to lift your knees into your hands, or imagine that your knees had strings glued to your hands, and when you lifted your hands, you lifted your knees, okay? And then we're just going to slowly sit all the way down. Oh yeah. Now let's see if we can't lean slightly back and push our knees forward and place them gently on the mat. And you may have had a little success with that or none, it doesn't matter, okay? A dirty 30 means that we're going to not be sloppy, but we're going to emphasize movement today. We do have a couple of nice static holds, the appropriate static holds. Plant your hands. And I want you to just lift your knees, okay? Step your left foot to the back of your mat so your left leg is straight. Step your right foot back so your right leg is straight. And then step your left foot back to the center of your mat. Keep your knee off the floor. Step your right foot forward too, so you're on your hands and your knees are bent, your body looks like it's in a tabletop. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot forward, right foot forward. Left foot back, left foot forward, right foot forward. Left foot back, left foot forward, right foot forward. Step back. Step your feet apart to the edges of your mat. Only your big toes are on your mat. Push your butt back into downward facing dog. Just slightly wider at the feet. Let's switch to the side cam so you can see that I'm trying to bend my knees, and what I'm trying to do is push my ass over the short back edge of my mat behind me. And then I'm simply going to come forward I'm going to keep going forward, lifting the heels, and try to get the crown of my head over the top edge of my mat. Now, push back. Bend your knees. You're not trying to get your ass in the air. You're trying to get it over the back edge of your mat. Come forward. Crown of the head over the top edge. Push back. Butt over the back edge. Now, your butt doesn't actually get over the back edge, but that's what you're trying to do. Come forward. Crown over the top. Try to push your butt back over the back. One more time. Come forward. And push back. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Boom. It's a dirty 30, guys. We're jumping in. Now, left foot is going to kick through this right leg, left arm. Kick it through, and then lift your right heel. Point your left big toe, and then send it back. Reach your right hand up. Open up your right hand. Lower your right hand, lower your left knee. And then we're going to make circles over the hips over the left knee. You can step that left hand out so you've got support everywhere in your hands on the floor and your right foot so that we can essentially gyrate clockwise over the right knee to move through the left hip. Now take that circle and go counterclockwise just a couple of times. Movement is medicine. I try to say that every single video so that you guys understand it's not necessarily important how well you understand yoga, how athletic or active you are, but movement is medicine, and movement is not exercise. Those are different concepts. Step your right foot back. Press your heart back towards your feet. Step your feet wide so only your big toes are on your mat. And let's do the other side. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Maybe you can step that right foot to the right if you need more room here between the foot and the hand to kick your right leg through. Kick it through, point your right big toe, and then lift your left heel. Bring your right foot back. There we go. Reach your left hand up. Look up at your thumb. Pull your collarbones away from your left hip. Pull your left hip away from your collarbones. Lengthen through the front of your chest. Left hand down, right knee down. And we're going to step right hand to the right. And we're going to start with counterclockwise circles, circumducting at the right knee, right hip. That means moving in a circular fashion like a tornado. We're a tornado of badassiness. America is starting to go back to work, so you better do your work. Now let's go clockwise. This is the real work. This is the real work, because if you don't do the work to maintain your meat vehicle, all your other work is going to suffer. Step those hands back onto your mat. Step your left foot back. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. We should do it twice. Step your right foot to the outside of your hand. Kick your left foot through. Point your left big toe. Lift your right heel. Step back. Reach up. Plant the hands. Step back. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. This is Dirty 30. We got 30 minutes, guys. Kick your right foot through, point your right big toe, lift your left heel. Step it back, reach your left hand up. Breathe in. And release. Plant the left hand, step your left foot back. Now reach your right hand for your left shin. Just touch your shin. And now as you reach your right hand over the top edge of your mat, lift your left foot. Plant your hand in your foot, press your heart back, bend your knees. Reach the left hand back for your right shin. Reach your left hand forward over the top edge of your mat, lift your right leg. Release. Press your heart back, step your left foot between your thumbs, turn your body to the right 90 degrees, and slide your hips side to side as you rise up Bend those knees, move around like you're getting ready for a fight. May the 4th be with you and with you, Kelly. Bend those knees. Push your knees over your toes. Turn your right foot out and lean over your right leg. Come up and down. Now, this is called dynamic movement or ballistic movement. You can try to touch the floor as you go back if you want to. You can't do it wrong. What you're trying to do is just see what cracks, what pops. Turn your left foot out and tilt. Remember, don't turn your chest to the floor. Try to keep your chest facing the camera as I'm facing you. And that's why we film this. And you guys help hold me accountable, right? Can't cheat. I can only admit when I've defeated myself. That's what yoga is. It is martial arts for one, right? Rise up. Turn your left foot in. Bind your hands behind you. Pull your knuckles towards the floor. So the camera that I'm facing, it might look like I'm pooping knuckles, right? If I can pull them down enough, but I don't think I can. Slowly hinge forward and lift your fists. Try to press your heart to that back long edge of your mat behind your heels. Now that's where your heart's trying to go. Your knuckles are trying to go to the ceiling, not over your head. And lower your fist to your butt and rise back up. We're going to turn back to the top of the mat, and I'm going to turn to the other camera. Good? Step right foot forward. And step left foot back. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, push your butt back. Bend your right knee, reach your right hand up, breathe in. Exhale, reach down, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your fingertips and step your right foot back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push your butt back, straighten your left leg. Inhale, bend your knee, reach your left hand up. Exhale, reach down, step to the top. Inhale, hands on knees. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, left foot back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Bend your right knee. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, reach down, step to the top. Inhale, half lift, hands on knees. Exhale, plant the fingertips, right foot back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back. Bend your left knee, reach your left hand up, inhale. Exhale, reach down, step to the top. Hands on knees, half lift, breathe in, one more set. Exhale, plant the fingertips, left foot steps back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back. Bend your right knee, right hand high. Exhale, reach down, step forward. Hands on knees, half lift, breathe in. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, right foot back. This is our last one. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back. Bend your left knee, reach your left hand up. Exhale, plant your hand, listen carefully, step backwards. Crouching cat. Step your feet to the long edges of your mat, press your heart back between your ankles, bend your knees slightly. Lower the knees. Slide right foot behind left toes. So you can see I've turned to that camera there. Right hand reaches up. Ball your hand into a fist like you were going to punch the sky. And then I want you to rotate your fist clockwise and clockwise, counterclockwise, in the air. Go clockwise and clockwise until your wrist pops off. Just rotate your arm. That's a pretty simple movement, right? But inside of your body, under your skin, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of muscle fibers that are all twitching and firing to make that simple little thing happen. Plant your right hand and slide your right foot out to the right. Rise up and prepare for gate pose. Reach your left hand to the sky. Slide your right hand down the outside of your right leg. Keep your chest facing forward, not down. Don't turn to the floor. Keep your chest squared off to the wall, not the floor. Whatever wall you're facing, pull your left armpit back. Now, if you want to feel a little bit more in that left side body, try to drag your left knee towards your right foot and your right foot towards your left knee. And release. Now we're going to take that right foot and just step it into that top corner right there. And lower the heart, maybe the elbows. If you try to drag your left knee forward now, you'll feel your hips going back. Maybe your elbows don't come to the floor. Maybe you need to place them on a pillow or a stack of books or a block. Release. Plant your hands and place your right knee next to your left. And we're going to just do the other side. So slide your left foot straight back and then plant your left heel. Now the left arch of your foot is on the floor and you're pointing your right toes at your left arch. Reach your left hand up. Ball your left hand into a fist and rotate your arm at the shoulder. Those rotations are medial and lateral. Medial and lateral. Twisting in, twisting out. Closing and opening. Left hand to the floor, slide left foot left. Take your hands off the floor, gate pose. Left hand on your thigh, right hand to the sky. Slide your left hand down your thigh or your calf. And remember, keep your chest from turning. When we moved into lateral flexion, that's sideways, your chest wants to turn into the direction you're leaning. So as we go to the left with the right hand, we pin the right armpit back. Open the right hand up. And like I said, for more, try to drag knee towards foot, foot towards knee. Release. And we're going to bring the left foot into the corner. And it doesn't have to be right here on the corner. It can be out here a little bit. And if your elbows can come down, not on the center of your mat, but maybe over here, just give that a try. Just find out what your body's range of motion is. What I'm always doing in this practice that I love so fucking much is making mental notes about what seems to be working, what seems to not. Where am I popping? Where am I restricted? Where am I sore? Where am I tight? It's awareness of body. It's like when you hear your engine making a weird sound in your car, and you're like, I wonder what the fuck that is. Now, there's two types of people, those that pop the hood or take their car to the mechanic, and then there's those that are like, nah, it's probably nothing, it'll go away. Release. Step back. Crouching cat. Now, this is very active, you guys. It's important that you understand that. So we're not just stalling for time. Remember, this is a dirty 30. We're trying to be efficient. But this is a chest and shoulder opener, and it is also active. So you may not be seeing it because your head is down as well as mine, but my hands keep sliding forward because I'm literally trying to tear my mat in half. And since I can't tear my mat in half, eventually my hands try to slide forward. Feet tend to stay where they are. Hands usually are sliding forward. You can always step them back and keep trying to tear your mat in half. That means lift your heels and try to push your mat backwards under the balls of your feet and forward under your palms. Love it. Lower those knees down. We're going to walk the hands to the right, 90 degrees, so that we are facing the long edge of the mat and it's under our chest. Back to the side cam. You're going to step your left foot left and your right foot right. We're going to go wide. And then the hands are going to start to walk forward, out from under the belly, out from under the chest, out from under the shoulders. But as your hands walk forward, your hips don't get to travel. Let's go to the front cam with your hands. So I want you to imagine that your heels are on a wall. Get your ass on the wall and walk your hands forward, but don't take your ass off the wall. Does that make sense? Now, press your heart down towards that long edge of the mat, under your chest. And I want you to lengthen the back of your neck and try to get the crown of your head to touch your thumbs. Longer neck, guys. Lift your groin. Try to lift the bottom of your butt cheeks to the ceiling. You're trying to tilt your pelvis and create a lumbar curve, even though you're bent over at the hips. Walk your hands back. Toe heel your feet in. Rise up. Turn your left foot out. Turn your right foot out. See, that's live. If I had recorded this, pre-recorded this, I would have edited that out. But this is my practice, okay? If you want to really learn these poses, please check out our instructional series. That's like a 5-minute video on very specific poses on how to do them and how to improve them. We're in a triangle here, guys. I'm pushing my right hip back, but I'm not hyperextending my right knee. And what I'm doing, you can't hear it. There's no microphone on my lumbar, but if there was, you'd hear pop, pop, pop. Gotta love that, man. Come into triangle. Reach your left hand up and just open up. Now here's what I want you to try. Take the back of your hand, place it on the inside of your calf. That means that your right palm is facing the same direction as your chest and your eyes. Now look up at your left thumb and don't draw your left hand back so much as I want you to push the back of your right hand against your calf and your calf against your right hand. So you're really active on your right side. Now tighten your left side by trying to pull your left hip towards your armpit. And if that eludes you, like what does that mean? Squeeze your left butt cheek. Release. Come into reverse. Right hand reaches straight up to the sky. Left arm is behind your back. If you need the support, place your left hand on your thigh and lower your left shoulder towards your left ankle. And now, what typically people will do, they want to reach back far, right? They want to reach well. But what we end up doing is straightening the right leg to get that right hand further back. Keep your right knee bent, please. And release. We're going to do the other side. Then I've got some really hard work for your balance and for your core. Turn your left foot out and turn your right foot back in. Your feet are 90 degrees turned away from each other. It's that 90-degree turn in the foot that is rolling this femur head in the acetabulum socket. So just this foot turning out, that is where hip opening begins, right? Tilt your pelvis, but don't droop the heart. We're not melting. We're creating structure and shape. We're deciding. We're in charge. Because if you don't move your body, your body moves you, and it'll use any means to do that. And that's where we start to create those dysfunctional patterns. Left hand down, right hand up. And if you can, if you don't require the support, if you do, use it. Okay? If you don't, place the back of your hand on the inside of your calf. And you're just going to imagine that there is something between the back of your hand and the inside of your calf, and you're squishing it. That means you're lifting your pinky toe, putting more pressure on the ball of your left foot. Look up at your right thumb. And don't try to reach your right hand back, but just put a lot of pressure between the back of your left palm and your left inner calf. Now squeeze the right glute. Release. Reach your left hand up, lunge into your left knee. Now I mentioned that when we reach back, the left leg typically straightens, or it goes straighter. We push into the heel. I want you to push into the knee. And when you lower your right shoulder, also make sure you're not turning your chest to the left. It's not a back bend, it's a side bend. And when you reach with your left hand, you're not reaching for your foot or your head. So make sure your left arm is straight. Straighten the left arm, bend the left knee. And if you don't believe me, straighten the left leg and bend the left elbow. And you're like, oh, there's no tension anymore. Bend the knee, straighten the arm. Lots of tension, especially right here, right? Release. Turn your left foot in, turn your right foot out. This is what I love to work on. I really pride myself on my balance. It's not perfect, and I won't be starring in any ballet anytime soon, but it's important that we have strength from the feet to the hips, okay? Because that's what carries all this other shit, right? So bend your right knee, lean over your right leg, lift your left heel, slide your left toes forward until you can lift them without pushing off your left foot. Half moon pose. But we're going to make half moon pose a movement, all right? Place your left hand on your hip and your right hand on your knee or your shin. Bend your right knee and slide your hand down your shin to the top of your foot. And you can always hold on to a block and keep your hand on the floor if you need to. Straighten your right leg and let the hand slide up. And as your left knee bends and comes towards your chest where you can see it out of your peripheral vision, slide your left hand to the outside of your knee. Point your left big toe. As you straighten your left leg and slide it back, the hand slides to the hip. The right knee bends now, and the hand slides to the foot, maybe even the toes or the floor. As you straighten your right leg, the hand slides up to the knee again, and the left knee bends, and the hand slides from the hip to the knee. Left leg straightens, the hand slides back to the hip. Bend the right knee, slide the hand down. Leave your hand here, and keep your right knee bent. Bend your left knee, draw it towards your chest, and try to lift your left hand with your left knee, pull your groin back, press your chest forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. Oh, that left leg is so happy to stop doing what it's doing. And we're also going to turn into a lunge on the other side. So we're going to turn the feet to the left edge. Let's go to the top cam. Lift your right heel. Place your left hand on your sacrum. Reach your right hand to the sky. Draw your right thumb back. And try to push your left butt cheek against your left hand and lift your right heel. And release. And we're going to turn back to the side cam, or your chest back to the side cam. Now we're going to work on that balance and core work, and it's a lot of hip work. All right? So bring your weight to your left foot, lift your right heel, and remember, we're not going to use momentum to get onto that left foot. That's kicking or pushing off your right foot. Let me show you that again from the side. Don't do that, okay? We want control. That means we bring our body weight forward, we go slow, we decide. We move our body doesn't move us. And the leg goes up. Left hand to the knee, right hand to the hip, bend your left knee. Slide the hand down. It doesn't matter how far your hand gets. And if bending your knee and only being on your left foot is too challenging, guys, grab that block and just hold the block and bend your knee and straighten it, okay? Hold on to a chair, whatever you got. Grab your lover and say, hold me up, right? That's their job anyway. Emotionally hold me up. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, hand slides down, point the right big toe, right leg straightens, hand slides to hip, left knee bends, hand slides down. Whoa, much more challenging on the left side today, and every side is going to be different every day. Slide your hand up, bend your right knee. A perfect practice is perfect breath. Not perfect movement, not perfect execution. It's about trying to breathe through your challenges. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. One more set. Right leg straight, left knee bends. My muscles are burning too, guys. I'm not immune to any of this. Keep your left knee bent, bend your right knee, and push your right hand into the air with your right knee while you pull your groin back. Keep your left knee bent. And release. Step back and rise up. We're going to turn to lunge on the right leg to release this left side. Lift your left heel, right hand on your, just above your butt cheek. So your fingers are probably touching your butt. But it's okay. It's your butt. You can touch it. You automatically, I think, give consent to touch your own butt. Reach your left hand up. And while your left thumb goes back, your right hip goes back. Lift the left heel. And release. Turn back to the long edge. Oh yeah, how great was this? Step your feet together. Reach both hands out. And as your arms come in front of your chest, please bring your left arm under your right. Left arm under your right. Bend the elbows, and if you can wrap your forearms and place left fingers in right palm and golf clap, then stay here. If you can't get your fingers into your palm, grab your opposite shoulders. Squat down and wrap left leg around the right. And if you can't get your foot to hook behind your calf, you're still a good person. Just try to squeeze your outer ankles together, or outer ankle to outer calf. Just rotate this left femur medial, okay? And try to get this left foot to touch your right leg if you can't bring the foot around. Okay, enough about that. Arms are wrapped, squat down. Pull elbows into the heart. Release. Reach your hands out. Now, in case you're curious, all this lifting of the leg here is abduction. That means we're using outer hips. When we wrap our legs and squeeze, we're using inner hips. So we're trying to bring balance to the body. Other side. Arms reach out. And right arm under the left. Right arm under the left. Make an X. And if you can bend the elbows and wrap the forearms like a rope, do that. Grab opposite shoulder if you can't. Squat down. And the idea being is that if my right arm comes under, my right leg goes over. That means that if I bent over, my corresponding elbow, my right, would touch my right knee. But we're not bending over, okay? I want you to go up instead. Lift your elbows and then pull them into your heart. Sit down. Release. Reach both hands up. Bind your hands behind you. Feet are a little bit wider than your hips. There goes Gary and Tyler. I told you about them the other day. They're my friends. I've never met them, and that's probably not their names. But they're walking by. He's like 75, and that guy just looks like he could chase me down if we started running down an alley. Slowly hinge forward. I want to be like Gary. Lift your fists. Bend your knees a little bit. Try to push your butt over the long edge of your mat behind you. And then hands to the floor. Slide hips over to right heel. Point left toes up. Left hand stays on the floor. Right hand to the side of the head. Think about sliding a pencil over your right ear. And do that with your thumb. And then chest faces the walls, not the floor. Keep your right elbow close to your nose. Don't lift it to the ceiling. And then just lower your left shoulder to your left knee. Release. And then slide your hips over to the left heel. It lifts as you sit. Point the right toes up. Leave the right hand on the floor. Slide your left thumb over your ear. Chest faces the wall. Eyes are on a wall, not the floor. Your body tends to go where you look. Lower right shoulder. Pin left armpit back. Dig right heel down. Keep turning chest to wall. That's why your right hand is on the floor. So you got the leverage to turn a little bit. Don't lift the left elbow. Keep it close to your nose. Release. Lift your butt. Turn to the top of your mat. Step your left foot back. Lower your knees. Sit to your heels. And sit for a moment like a samurai. Close your eyes. Listen to your breath. And feel your heart beating in your chest. It's May 4th, 2020. And life is strange and the world is weird. And everything's uncertain. And the important thing to note is that it's really always been that way. Always. Slide your hands back. Make sure your fingers are pointing forward. Push down into your palms. Grab the floor. And then just press down into your knees and the top of your feet. Look up at the ceiling and then gently let your chin melt away from your chest so you're looking at the wall behind you upside down. Lower your hips and come into a more comfortable seated position or lie down on the floor in Shavasana. Lying down on your back or seated on the sit bones. Rest your hands at your sides. I hope you had an enjoyable and beautiful experience moving your body today. And it was a pleasure to practice with you, even though I was alone when I filmed this. If you're watching this now, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You can support these live yoga classes on Patreon. Our name is Stronger Yoga. You can always make a donation on the Cash App or Venmo, PayPal. If you're moved to donate, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you're cash poor right now, trust me, I understand. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching. Leave us a like or a comment. Bless you. Namaste.